world of silver screens and glowing lights, where stories come alive, igniting the nights. There's a channel that's buzzing with every reveal, Edweirdo's real reactions, it's the ultimate deal.
Well, hello there, cinephiles. Welcome to Edweirdo's Real Reactions. I'm Edweirdo, of course. I'm a Gen-Xer who loves movies, loves to share my reaction with movies. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. If you're a returner, hey, welcome back. Guys, today we are checking out the Johnny Depp, Tim Burton, Christina Ricci movie, Sleepy Hollow. Hence the costume. Wanted to get all costumed up for it. Next week, we're going to be checking out Beetlejuice. I still haven't seen that one. Looking forward to doing it with you guys. Yeah, I've seen this movie, Sleepy Hollow. It's just been a long time. And guys, if you like the video, hit that like button. Give us a free subscribe. Share it with your friends and family. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me ideas for. We got November, which has Thanksgiving in it. Give me some ideas for Thanksgiving movies. And then we got December coming up with, which has Christmas. Give me some ideas for Christmas movies. Alright guys, drop those down in the comments. Oh, and while you're headed down to the comments, check out the description, because I have a buy me a coffee if you want to support the channel with a little bit more than a free like. And anything in the buy me a coffee, that will go to build the channel, get it a little bit, get it better, get better equipment, more movies. But anyway, guys, I don't want to get in your ears too much today. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, party favors if you're doing it, and as always, no condemnation. That's above my spiritual grade. So let's get right on into today's movie, Sleepy Hollow. With the headphones on, guys, this is what Beethoven would have looked like if they had recording studios. It's okay, guys, you can laugh. I'm going to. I just wish I had more era correct reading glasses. Ooh, sealing wax. I've actually been known to use sealing wax. Ooh, Van Garrett. A haversack. I have a haversack. It's not leather. It is cloth, but I do have a haversack. And yes, I got it for this costume. He stole my wig. I'm just kidding. His is looks much neater than mine. Ooh. Oh, well, Uh, the headless carriageman. Ooh, in a cornfield. That's never good in a movie about that's supposed to be at least somewhat horrific. Yeah, it's never good to be stuck in a cornfield. Oh, quite the clean cut. Sir, you seem to have lost your head. Maybe you can gather your thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment, if I may. We do not yet know the cause of death.
When you find him in the river, cause of death is drowning.
Possibly so, if there is water in the lungs. But by pathology, we might be able to...
Possibly.
He was dead before he went into the river. I will need to examine the body.
Cut him up. Are we heathens? What happened to him?
Nothing, sir. Arrested for burglary.
I did a little research, guys, and I found that there is some truth to the original Washington Irving version of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Beg pardon, but why am I the only one who sees that to solve crimes, to detect the guilty, we must use our brains to recognize vital clues, using up-to-date scientific techniques?
Which brings me to the second course. There is a town upstate, 2 days
North
to the north
Tarrytown,
of Hudson Island.
which has
It is a place called
recently, well, I say recently, in the late 1990s, early 2000s, they formally changed the name of the town to Sleepy Hollow.
They're all within a fortnight. Each one found.
So Sleepy Hollow is a real town.
Locked off.
Locked off.
Clean as dandelion heads, apparently. You will take these experimentations of yours to Sleepy Hollow, and there you will detect the murderer. Bring him here to face our good justice. Will you do this?
I shall.
Remember, it is you, Ichabod Crane, who is now put to the test.
Is it a test he's ready for? Oh, by the way, folks, this is going to be my Halloween costume. I won't be wearing it for Beetlejuice. I have a different outfit I'm going to wear for that. No, it's not going to be an actual Beetlejuice costume. I wish. Resources of both time and finances were lacking. Sleepy Hollow. Oh. And in the town Sleepy Hollow, the covered bridge was torn down. However, they have put up a plaque and I believe a monument in honor of the covered bridge. There were events and people in the Washington Irving story that were based upon real events, places, and people. Not that I'm a nerd and look this stuff up or anything. Yes, I am. Ian McDermott. Palpatine himself. Lisa Marie, Steve Waddington. Maybe you shouldn't be playing with that in the carriage. Just to think, what would now be a 2 or 3 hour drive At that time, it was about a day and a half. And now the only reason it would take 2.5 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, traffic. Ooh. They're locking the windows up. I can't say I blame them. They don't know him. Their guard post tower seems quite the long climb with not much room to stand. At about 5'6", I would be considered around average height of that period. They were a bit short. 5'9" and taller was considered extremely tall. So I'm a short, fat old man.
Who's got a kiss for the Pickety Witch? The Pickety Witch, the Pickety Witch. Who's got a kiss for the Pickety Witch?
Is it Theodore?
No, pardon, miss, I'm only a stranger.
Then have a kiss on account.
Excellent. Come in. Leave us, my dear.
Yes, they plan on having conversation for which a lady's ears would be inappropriate to listen.
Their heads were not found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
Oh. They've literally lost their heads.
Taken. Taken by the headless horseman. Taken back to hell.
Perhaps you had better sit down.
I believe they're going to explain the story to you.
The horseman was a Hessian mercenary, sent to these shores by German princes to keep Americans under the yoke of England. But unlike his compatriots, who came for money,
This is part of the story that would be based in fact.
when battle was joined, there you'd find him. This butcher didn't finally reach his end until the winter of 79.
That would be 1779, not 1979. I promise our sense of fashion had leaped forward in 1979. This was not common dress. So, Ichabod, for someone that does not believe in the supernatural, you seemed rather shaken from such a tale.
You have moved the body?
I did.
You must never move the body.
Why not?
Because why? I mean, I understand why, but I don't think that these good folks understand.
The stride is gigantic. The attacker rode Masbeth down, turned his horse, came back to claim the head.
Well, yeah. For a scientific and learned mind, Ichabod, you You're kind of like me. You're book smart. Not a lot of common sense.
I am finished.
What in the name of God have you done to her?
We are dealing with a madman.
Well, certainly.
Find out, Constable.
The widow Winship was with child.
If this doesn't remind me of the Disney cartoon. I believe that was the purpose of this scene. It was a callback. I could be mistaken. That would be very possible. It's happened more often than I'd like to admit in my life. There was a real Ichabod Crane. He was not a school teacher. Okay, that was one of the most cheesiest looking throws I've ever seen. It was great. And here's where we find out that that is Brahm. That would be, nowadays, that would be quite the mean name to give your son. Ichabod. Oh, which reminds me where I left off. Ichabod Crane was not an actual school teacher. That was based on another person. Ichabod was actually a soldier who was not happy that Washington Irving used his name in the story, and he was, though he and Washington Irving served in the same place, they never met one another, but Washington Irving had heard his name, Ichabod Crane, and thought that it was an interesting name, and chose that name to be used in the story. But in the original story, Ichabod was a school teacher, not a constable.
Why did no one think to mention that the Van Garretts are kith and kin to the Van Tassels?
Why, because there is hardly a household in Sleepy Hollow that is not connected to every other by blood or marriage.
That's fair. That was standard in most smaller towns and villages of the era. Still kind of common in the South, where I live, like smaller towns and village areas. Constable Crane. Wouldn't it be a bit rude to be eavesdropping, sir?
What are you running from, Magistrate Phillips?
Damn you, Crane.
You had a mind to help me.
Yes, and it's put me in mortal dread
Of what?
of powers against which there is no defense. The horseman killed her.
How often do I have to tell you there is no horseman? There never was a horseman. There never will be a horseman.
You might want to hold your words, sir. You're getting ready to see the lack of a horseman. There's a joke there. I'm leaving it alone.
Constable Crane. Constable Crane. Has he not come out at all?
Nope. He's freaked out, guys. He saw the horseman.
Katrina, killed you. Why have you come?
Because no one else would go with you.
I'm now twice the...
She is saying that she has bigger, she has more testicular fortitude than the gentleman. That is a pretty creepy tree. Yeah. Do you think it's sap? I don't think they're in too much of a hurry to get closer. There's the money shot, baby. Deadpool reference. So yes, this costume for Halloween, I'm going to be colonial aristocracy. Okay, that's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty right there. I ain't even gonna lie about that.
The skull is gone. Taken. That is why the horseman returns from the grave. To take heads till his own is restored to...
Yeah, that sounds like that would be it. Now, some of the more fantastical parts of the story are completely from the imagination of Washington Irving.
Perhaps there's a bit of a witch in you, Katrina.
Why do you say that?
Because you've bewitched me.
In that period, that was both a compliment to a lady, but if you said to another man that a woman had bewitched you, that would condemn the lady. Listen. I have my faith in God. But when the Bible is used to hurt people, it's being used improperly. His father used it to condemn and murder his mother. I see a problem with that. I am not going to condemn these people. I pray for them every day. Those that misuse the Bible. Or they misuse it in order to commit atrocities in God's name. Yeah.
And I'm heartsick with it.
I think you have no heart. And I had a mind once to give you mine.
Yes. I think you loved me that day when you followed me into the western woods. To have braved such peril.
What peril was there for me? It was my own father who controlled the Headless Horseman.
She's got a point, dude.
Reverend Steenway's called a meeting in the church tonight. Every man, woman, and child is going to speak out against you. If you are wise, you will leave this place.
He's not wise. Knowledgeable, not wise. And I get it. I fit that category. why do people in these movies that deal with the supernatural, why do these people think that conventional weapons are going to stop a creature that is already dead? Missing one of the most important parts of the body. Christina Ricci does quite well as darker characters, just like Johnny Depp does very well at odd characters. Like, he did a great job in this one. He did an excellent job as Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd, Don Juan DeMarco. That's a good movie.
Who are you?
Who? Who's but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask. Oh, wrong movie. That is a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies, though. V for Vendetta.
To the roof! I have an idea.
Is it a good idea, though? I suppose we'll find out.
Is he dead? That's the problem. He was dead to begin with.
Right. That's been my point.
Horseman!
You know, for the 90s, that was pretty gruesome. Sorry, I just shaved this off a little bit ago. I'm still used to having it. I gotta keep it clean for like almost a week and a half. Oh, look, her finger is beckoning. Come with me. Join me.
Just in time for a new century.
Imagine that.
You'll soon get your bearings, young Masbeth. The Bronx is up, the battery's down, and home is this way.
Manhattan. That would have been quite a bit before Central Park was in New York City. Well, guys, I happen to know for a fact that there is no post-credit scene, so let's discuss this one. Alright guys, that was actually a really, really good movie. There were details that I didn't remember, but it was a really good movie. There were details that, as I was watching it, refreshed in my brain. Which reminds me of the movie Hook. Captain, I just had an apostrophe. You mean an epiphany. Yeah, lightning has just struck my brain. I bet that hurt. Sorry, that's one of the funniest parts of the movie Hook. Bob Hoskins did a great shmee. Dustin Hoffman, superb Captain Hook, and Robin Williams was perfect as Peter Pan. But anyway, we're here to discuss this one, Sleepy Hollow. Great movie, great movie. If I were to rate this one between 1 and 10, I would give it 7 3/4. Because it was a really good movie. But when I look at the special effects of the time, not all that great. I mean, they were good for the time. They were great for the time. But, yeah. I mean, but what would I expect from the 90s, right? As a matter of fact, I believe it was 98, I believe, is when Sleepy Hollow came out. Good movie. Very good movie. But anyway, guys. Yeah. Tell me what you thought of the movie. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great movie. And to be honest, I think it was one of Tim Burton's best movies. And as always, anytime Tim Burton and Johnny Depp get together, the outcome is usually pretty good. And like I said, the only points I would take off of would be for cheesiness of some of the effects, which I'm not going to take too many points off because it was really good for its time back in the late 90s. Oh, guys, this discussion is going to be kind of short, but yeah. Hey, let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. I mean, check out down in the description. See the buy me a coffee or buy me a popcorn. The link says buy me a coffee. The thing says buy me a popcorn. Once you get to the site, it says buy me a popcorn. But anyway, yeah, and if you can't afford to support the channel with the buy me a coffee, don't forget to hit that free subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Give a little interaction. Leave a comment, like it. If you didn't like it, leave a comment down below telling me you thought it was stupid. Or whatever your negative comment may be. But yeah, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to ring that notification bell, guys. That way you never miss one. But next Thursday, once again, will be Beetlejuice, as in the 2024 Beetlejuice. And if you want to see my reaction to the first Beetlejuice movie, that was just a few reactions back. Go ahead, check that out. Get you all caught up with my thoughts on that one. And once again, I haven't watched Beetlejuice yet. I've been saving it for you guys. So, yeah. So, yeah, for today, guys, that is all. And until next time, see ya!